All right, boys and girls, I'm so excited that we are ready to look at our Book 4 reader. I Can Read Well, Book 4. Look, they made a fancy 4. All right, now maybe you've already read this whole reader, and that is awesome. But we're going to read 3 stories today. Make sure your name's on the front so you don't lose it. Again, you get to keep these. You should have a nice stack of readers for extra practice. These will be great to practice over the summer so that you'll be ready for first grade. All right, we're going to turn our reader. They didn't give us a page number, but we're going to start right here at the beginning. We're going to look at the picture and see some clues here. We see a friend reading, and in the rectangle, we see a word. We actually know a song that goes with this word, and you might even be able to tell that's what he's looking at. B-I-B-L-E. What is that, boys and girls? It's Bible. Remember that song? Let's see if we remember. The B-I-B-L-E. Yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God. The B-I-B-L-E. Bible. That's what our friend has here, the Bible. All right, and the title says, I read the Bible. Very good. And that's what he's doing. It's so fun to read stories from the Bible, isn't it? I like to read the Bible. It is the best book. God speaks to me in the Bible. He tells me how to be good. All right, boys and girls, and remember when we had Bible lesson at school? Do you remember what were some of your favorite Bible stories? Was it Noah? Did you enjoy reading about Abram and Sarai, whose names were changed, remember, to what? Abraham and Sarah? Good. Do you remember reading about Jonah and the large fish? Remember that? Yeah, there's a lot of great stories that we read. We went into the New Testament after Christmas. We read about Jesus performing miracles. Remember the boy who brought his little bitty lunch, and Jesus took that lunch and blessed it and gave all that fish and bread. We had a great story. So I'm sure you have a favorite story. And isn't that true what the friend said to us in the story? He told us that God speaks to us in the Bible, and he tells us how to be good. Remember? He tells us good choices to make. He tells us to honor mommy and daddy. He tells us to make sure that we encourage one another. Make sure that we remember to use our lips for good things, not to lie. So the Bible tells us a lot of wonderful things. All right. Now, turn it over. There is a little bitty page number there on 3, and we see a picture of a girl here. Can you see what she has in her hands? Looking at your picture clues? Shells. And if we look at the sign here, it says, long A, sail, shells. How much are they, boys and girls? Can you read that? 20. Remember what that means? Cents each. All right. So looking at this, we know what's sold in this shop. There's shells sold in the shop. And how much are they? 20. 2 and a 0. Remember, 20 family, 20 cents each. All right. So we know that from just looking at the picture. Let's go ahead and read the title. Stop and shop. Look at that. They both had OP at the end, but this had a ST, sta. That had SH, stop and shop. I see a shell shop. May we stop at the shop? Let's get a question. I like this seashell. It will cost 2 dimes. I am glad I saved my dimes. Dad will not need to pay. I can pay. I am glad we got to stop. All right, boys and girls, we had a lot of S words in there, didn't we? All right, so we said that there were shells sold in the shop. Boy, listen to that. Shells, shop. Hear that SH? Where did the shells come from, boys and girls? Yep, they came from the water, from the sea, didn't they? Now, who paid for the shells? Yes, our friend did. They have a name in here, but the girl did. She said, if you remember, I can pay. There's that AY. It rhymes with may, day, ray, say. And who did not need to pay? Yeah, her dad did. And she had saved her money. Remember, we said dimes are worth how much? A dime is 10. So I'm going to draw a circle. Remember, dime, dime. Count them by tens. 10, 20. Look at that. This isn't even a math page, and we still need to know our coins. A dime is 10, 10, 20. 20 cents is what she paid. Right? Do you have any shells, boys and girls? Maybe you like to collect shells. They're pretty, aren't they? All right. Let's read one more story. Turn to this page. Boy, we are seeing a lot of these during the spring. Do you see these anywhere, maybe in your yard or trees near your yard? All right, did you know I have a wreath on my front door? And I heard a little noise, and the birds are building a nest in my wreath. That's some pretty flowers on the front door. So I peek out. I don't bother them, but I see a little nest. Maybe you've seen one of those too. All right. It's called the bird nest. All right, we're on page 4. The bird sits on her nest. She has made it out of twigs. 3 blue eggs lie in the nest. Now we're going to make a sound. We're going to do this. Shh, shh, shh. You know what that means, don't you? It means quiet, but there's an exclamation point. Shh, shh, shh. We must be still, or she will fly off. There's that long I sound for fly. All right. Where's the bird sit in our story, boys and girls? Look at your picture. Yep, the bird sits on the nest. What is the nest made out of? All right. Do you know this word? Twigs. Twigs. Tw is a sound that we hear at the beginning of T is the TW. Twa, ig. There's an S. Twigs. All right, and that's what these little things are that make up the nest. Twigs. All right, we're going to see that a little bit on our paper today. The twa. We see that at the beginning of 12. Let me write twigs again. And do you know what that's called when there are 2 children and they born at the same time? A twin. 12, TW, twigs, and twin, TW. We haven't seen that a lot, boys and girls. So, what's in the nest? Use the picture clue, and you also read it. How many blue eggs? They told us in our story. 3. Why do we have to be quiet? Why did they say shh, shh, shh? Yeah. We don't want her to fly off, do we, boys and girls? And that's what I said. I'd be super quiet. Don't bother my bird nest on my wreath. So the birds can, mommy bird can be there with her baby birds and the eggs. All right, great job. We read 3 stories. Again, if you've already read the whole book, that's awesome. Keep on reading. Great job. All right, well, today, boys and girls, I brought with me, oops, stuck together, some mice. Oh, look at those. Now look at those. Do you notice something? Right? You should notice a couple of things. First of all, you should notice that on the mice, I put 2 letters that make the ch, ch, ch. CH makes the ch sound, right? Pretend that you got a train and you're going ch, 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 choo, choo, okay? Today, you're going to think about 2 things. I don't think this is going to be too hard for you because you guys are so smart. You're going to think about the ch, ch, ch sound at the beginning of a word, the front of the word. So there's my mouse at the front. Remember our front. And you're also today, I said this is going to be a little tricky. You're going to think of CH in the end at the back of the word. All right, so do you think you can help me put that on correctly? Because what do mice like to eat, boys and girls? You know, cheese. So I have some cheese for the mice, but we have to match them up correctly. We have to put the cheese with the CH at the beginning on the front. We have to put the cheese when the CH is at the end or at the back of the word on this one. All right, so what you're going to need to do is help me say front or back. Is the CH at the front? Or is, front, or is it the back? Are you ready? Are you sure? All right, this one's pretty easy. We're going to start with, it's cheese. It's also a picture of, everybody say cheese. Look at that, cheese on cheese. Cheese. Is that CH at the front of the word, cheese, or at the back? Everybody say? You should be saying it's at the front. So guess what? That mouse gets to eat some cheese. The CH is at the beginning. Cheese. Say that with me. Cheese. All right. Now look at this word. It's on a piece of cheese, but the picture clue says bench. Bench. Now listen to the beginning sound. Inch. So this one, the cheese is at the front, the CH sound at the front, or at the end of the word, the back of the word. Bench. All right, you should be saying at the back. I'm going to put it on his back because the CH is at the end, at the back of the word. Bench is at the beginning. Bench. Good? All right, let's try another one. Can you say this one with me? Children. You guys are all awesome. Children. Is the CH in the front or is CH at the end? Say it with me. Children. Good job. It's at the, I keep wanting to put it on the wrong side. It's on the, oops, my tape come off. Children. It is at the beginning, at the front. All right. Let me get a new piece of tape. It came right off. Children. I hear it right at the front. Let's make sure Miss Paris puts it on the right one. That mouse gets cheese, children at the front, bench at the back. There's the back of it. All right, let's try another one. Picture clue. Match. So listen to the beginning. Match. It's at the what, boys and girls? You should be saying it's in the back, at the end. Match, because you can hear it makes what sound at the beginning? Match. The M is at the beginning, isn't it? All right, let's try another one. Do you know what this is? This is called a check mark. Check. When you go up, go like that, you check mark something. Where do you hear the CH? At the front? Check mark. We'll just say check. You should be hearing it at the beginning. Check. That mouse gets the cheese. What do you hear at the end? Check. You hear K sound, don't you? All right, you really need your listening ears up on this one, boys and girls, but I know you can do it. Let's try another one. The arrow is pointing to something on the knee. There's been a rip and they've covered it up. We're going to say patch. Patch. Is it going to go at the front or the back? Patch. You should be saying in the back. Very good. It's at the back, at the end of the word. What's at the beginning? P. Patch. Awesome. All right. We're going to use an axe and everybody say chop. Chop. Where do you hear the CH? All right. You should be saying at the front. Chop. Remember we did that song where we chopped? Chop. All right. You guys are doing awesome. Ooh, this will make you hungry. Say this with me. Lunch. Lunch. Where do you hear the CH? You should be saying at the back of the word, the end of the word. Good job. I'm putting on the back of the mouse. What's it start with? L. Yep, you hear the L sound at the beginning. All right. Here's another picture clue on the cheese. Everybody say chair. Chair. Is CH at the end or at the front? Chair. All right. You should be saying at the front. Chair. All right, let's try another one. Use this on your arm to tell the time. I bet you already know what I'm going to say, boys and girls. It is a picture clue of a watch. Is it the front or the end, the back? Should be saying the back, watch. You can hear the beginning sound, can't you? Wah. Awesome. And picture clue, chips. Where do you hear the CH? At the front or the back? Okay, you should be saying the front, chips. Awesome. All right, so boys and girls, that was a great job today. Give yourself a finger clap. You had to listen for the CH. You had to listen, was it at the beginning of the word? Was it the end of the word? Let's say the beginning together. Say them with me. At the beginning of cheese, children, check, chop, chair, chips. All right, you heard the CH at the beginning. Now, the back. Opposite of beginning is end. At the end, bench, match, patch, lunch, watch. All right, that time the CH was at the end. Beginning, like in, whoops, my marker, chop. And look at just these two examples. Chop, beginning, lunch at the end. Great job. You had some of your listening ears on today, boys and girls, and you had to think about opposite, front, back, beginnings. You had to listen to those sounds, and you did a great job. All right, 211, 212. Boys and girls, we're going to have to read some words, and write. There is handwriting lines, so you need to make sure you're writing your words correctly. You need to make sure that when you read it, it makes sense. We don't just pick any word. We want to make sure that we're understanding what we're writing and it makes sense. On the back, boys and girls, look what I'm doing. I'm going to cross out that. You guys probably getting kind of tired of marking those vowels. We're going to just cross that out and take a break from that. And on this bottom, there are going to be two special sounds. Now, stra, thra, and spla, we've talked about, and we've had those a lot. This one might be a little different. We just saw this one in our reader today, the twa for twigs. It's TW, twa. So, twins, truck, 12 are your picture clues. TW might be a little new there. Again, there's two for stra, 2 for twa, 2 for thra. I'm sticking my tongue out and putting the sound, and spla. All right, those are blends that we've been working on. You guys have been doing a great job. All right, so go ahead and work on that, and then we're going to come back and do some counting.